Biden has clearly had bigger things to think about this week than the midterm elections in November with the Ukraine-Russia crisis, but there has been some interesting polling data to look at recently. When it comes to what is known as the generic congressional ballot, polls that ask people which party they would support in an election, the average has Republicans ahead by 45.4% to 41.6% according to Real Clear Politics, so relatively close, although some of the most recent polls have widened that gap, which I will go into later. The issue for Biden is that the majority of those recent polls involve registered voters, those registered to vote in their precinct or election district. But in midterm elections, as opposed to presidential elections, it is the most enthusiastic voters you would expect to turn out for their party. In a recent CNN poll, respondents were asked how set on voting they were in November: extremely, very, somewhat, not too or not enthusiastic at all. Among those who said they were extremely enthusiastic, 24%, Republicans held a 59% to 39% lead over Democrats on the generic congressional ballot. It is these likely voters that polling companies often like, and the latest generic congressional ballot poll from Rasmussen Reports, which uses a likely voter measure, each polling company has different criteria, has Republicans up by 50% to 37%. Now, we should be careful of one poll, and another recent Economist YouGov poll of registered voters had the Democrats up by 5 percentage points, but it points in the direction that the Republican vote share might be underplayed by looking at just registered voters. Post-election surveys have shown that in years in which there was a Democratic president, Republicans made up more of the actual voter pool than registered voter polling may have shown. There is obviously a long way to go, and there is time for things to change as we head towards November. But it is something for Biden and the Democrats to think about. Thanks for watching. Please, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you'll get the latest updates of all the American Republican news.